Alright, I guess you're all set to go.
Ralph already sent us the information. I think we're good, Brittany.
You sure about that? There's not going to be any fighting going on in here.
That all depends. Who's in charge? Today?
I'm in charge. How about that? You okay with that, preteen Naruto?
I'm cool with that.
Good, because Ralph is on the Ralph Jag Channel, ready to give his part 2 of this review of the St. Simon's by the Sea Mental Hospital. I will have to tell you, this review is important. This mental hospital has been ruining people and destroying lives. And Ralph really wants to put this facility on blast. So, we can't be fighting among ourselves.
Well, even if we do, the heads will still rid this facility a much-deserved new one. So, let's get them.
Very good, Big Naruto. That's what I like to hear. I'll be right outside.
Hey, Jaguars. Welcome to another epic episode of Ralph's Universe, the Reboot. Yes, it has been a while since you all saw this series. That's because, of course, you've been watching us use other series to review other major things like our mega crossover review of the Batman Arkham Knight video game. And then, we used the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta review series to review Mimi Faust. Part 2 of that will be coming soon. In this episode of The Reboot, we'll be discussing another real issue.
That's right. We'll be talking about a mental hospital.
I think they already know that. Cece. They saw us talk to Brittany Cable.
I don't need any of your lip.
Alright, before we jump into this, let's introduce ourselves.
Why? They already know who we are.
They all know me and preteen Naruto, because a lot of people watch our shows, but I'm not so sure about Shake It Up.
Hey, we're popular, too. Our show may have been given the axe, but people still remember Rocky and me.
It's Rocky and I.
Preteen. I don't think you're in any position to talk about someone else's grammar.
Oh, she told you, preteen.
Just sip. It.
Alright, let's introduce ourselves, just in case. I'm Rocky Blue.
I'm Cece Jones.
I'm Big Naruto.
And I'm Naruto, the preteen. Wow, that was very necessary.
Now, we've made sure that you all know who we are. Now, it's time for an ad break by Ralph Jag Images.
Ad break? I guess we have to call it something, right? Wow. I hope that doesn't become annoying.
Now, let's talk about St. Simon's by the Sea. St. Simon's by the Sea is a mental hospital that's supposed to provide mental health and substance abuse treatment to adults and adolescents. The precise location is in St. Simon's Island, Georgia. The serene island setting ensures privacy and anonymity, enabling the patient to concentrate on their treatment. Say that the hospital's comfortable, supportive environment helps put patients at ease. St. Simon's by the Sea serves patients in Georgia, Florida, the Carolinas, and throughout the Southeast. It's been reported that their staff has extensive experience in the fields of addiction, recovery, relapse prevention, and mental health treatment. They're supposed to be dedicated, committed, and motivated to being a source of support for their patients, their families, and the communities they serve. Their mission is to provide exceptional, compassionate mental health treatment and addiction treatment in a safe environment.
Really?
It is said that St. Simon's by the Sea is a psychiatric and addictive disease hospital for adults and adolescents, teenagers. I guess. They say that they strive to provide quality mental health treatment and addiction treatment services in the area. They also say that their mission is to help people mentally.
What they really mean is get money.
A typical day at SSBTS begins with a 6 a.m. wake-up followed by breakfast, a goals group, another group therapy session, and then lunch at 11:50 a.m. Recreational therapy follows lunch. At 2 p.m., residents meet with the staff therapist and have options of downtime or group before a 5 p.m. dinner. After dinner, clients attend an on-site AM meeting and then a daily process group before free time and lights out at 11 p.m.
Now, what does that sound like to you?
Well, what does it sound like to you, Naruto?
It sounds like a prison to me.
But most rehab facilities are like that, though. Remember Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew?
You mean the fake TV doctor?
He's not just a fake TV doctor. He also did the reunion for the Teen Mom shows. Dr. Drew is a very famous and successful fake TV doctor.
Okay, let's get on with this. Because this is an acute care hospital setting, it is no surprise that clients have access to a full medical staff and therapeutic team. Each of these staff members have some level in the fields of addiction treatment, recovery, relapse prevention, and mental health. The staff-to-client ratio is a respectable 1:5.
St. Simon's by the Sea has 2 programs for adults, psychiatry and addictive diseases. Their approach to psychiatric treatment encourages the adult patient to be an active participant in his or her treatment. A comprehensive evaluation identifies the appropriate level of care. There are 2 different tracks for their mental health services. The specific program an individual will take part in depends on the severity of diagnosis. And they got an addiction recovery program for those who struggle with substance abuse and a dual diagnosis tract. For those suffering from co-occurring mental health issues as well as an addiction to drugs and/or alcohol. They address a wide range of problems in the adult programs that include depression, schizophrenia, phobias, bipolar disorder, physical/sexual abuse, alcohol abuse and dependency, drug dependency. And in their adult psychiatric unit, they're supposed to help their patients with suicidal thoughts, extreme anger and/or dangerous behavior, depression, schizophrenia, hallucinations, and/or delusional thinking, phobias, bipolar disorder, physical/sexual abuse. And they also do alcohol and drug abuse.
Now, let's talk about the reviews. Basically what people had to say about St. Simon's by the Sea.
Finally, we get to where it really counts.
On rehabreviews.com, a reviewer named Kate Tedesco wrote what she thought about this facility. Here is what she wrote. I quote, "This state-licensed and JCAHO-certified specialty hospital offers inpatient treatment, including medical detoxification and medical-assisted therapy with buprenorphine for addiction and psychiatric illnesses. Decorated in the soft, serene colors of the sea, the picture's cute, terracotta-roofed, stucco hospital is lovely and filled with light. The grounds, too, are beautiful. The tropical landscaping includes palm trees and beautiful bright flowers, decorative fountains and tennis courts." In a glowing and grateful rehabs.com review, former St. Simon patient, LH bestowed high ratings to treatment that helped him put 38 years of alcoholism behind him. SBTS helped me understand my disease, allowed me to withdraw in a safe environment, introduced me to the 12 steps, and prepared me to face life sober on outside. I have been doing so now for nearly 2.5 years. The St. Simon staff, too, have good things to say. On job search website Indeed.com, We found comments like efficiently run with hardworking culture, management listens to the concerns of the staff, and the co-workers are kind, and soon they are your family and the clients get well soon there. Unquote.
Larry rated St. Simon's by the Sea as treatment effectiveness, accommodations and amenities, meals and nutrition 5 stars each. And he wrote, I drank for 38 years, going in that time from living to drink to drinking to live. I always had a skeptical opinion of alcoholism as a disease that a person cannot control. I looked at it as a weakness that a person will not control. But doctors at St. Simon's by the Sea showed me the math. This is a disease and I can't control it alone. I need God and the 12 steps. SSBTS helped me understand my disease, allowed me to withdraw in a safe environment, introduced me to the 12 steps, and prepared me to face life sober on outside. I have been doing so now for nearly 2.5 years. Peace, y'all.
Casey rated St. Simon's by the Sea's treatment effectiveness, accommodations and amenities, meals and nutrition 4 stars each. And he wrote, great facility.
Okay. It's time for another ad break.
Now, people have been complaining about St. Simon's by the Sea.
There's always complaints. Preteen. There will always be complaints about everything. But I'm not about to defend St. Simon's by the Sea. What they have been doing is wrong.
Yeah. There have been lots of bad incidents with this mental hospital. They have been known to abuse their power, violate patients' rights, and detain people when they don't belong in their facility,
Thus ruining good people's lives and making things worse for them. And St. Simon by the Sea rips families apart. They need to be stopped.
People have made complaints about St. Simon by the Sea, mainly on St. Simon by the Sea's Facebook page.
They have a Facebook page.
Yes. Ralph Jaguar discovered it. This is where people have left bad comments and complained about St. Simon by the Sea. In this installment was found by Ralph Jaguar.
And Ralph is going to talk about all the bad stuff that he found out about St. Simon's by the Sea in part 2 of this on the Ralph Jag Channel.
So, Jaguars, we'll stop right here so you can go to part 2. There, Ralph Jaguar will tell you about the complaints of St. Simon's by the Sea.
Yeah. Go get him, Ralph.